Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this update we are going to check out Polygon's price chart, and I do think that I actually have good news for you this time. Why? You see, if you remember in the previous video, the idea was that maybe we are having in here overall an A, B, C zigzag, which suggests our move down is not over, and soon we can expect yet another continuation of this whole move down in order to possibly take the lowest low down here about 20.1 cents, and this was our primary case, and it pretty much, I would say, played out. Now here's a very important point. Sure, you can consider this move up as an ABC zigzag. However, right now you need to, number one, adjust some waves, and number two, overall possibly consider a different pattern. First things first, let's just adjust the waves in here, and now I'm going to argue this is the end of our B leg, excuse me, and I do still, by the way, believe this is an ABC flat, and this can be from like here a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 impulsive structure up, which is into our C leg. Now, on a higher degree, I said I do not believe this is an ABC anymore. Overall, I believe we may have hopefully an ABCDE in form of a triangle, and I'm going to tell you why that is actually an optimistic sign. You see, I'm gonna say now probably we are having from here ABC up into A, ABC down to about most likely this point into wave B, ABC up into wave C, ABC down into D, and another move on the upside into our E leg. And what is happening starting from here? I think we can all kind of agree this is yet another 1, 2, probably the end of our wave 3 is going to be around here, or maybe here, not important. Correction for another move down into wave 5, followed by that. What is going on? This seems to be quite a strong move up, so I'm inclined to say this is actually yet another 5 wave on the upside, which means we may have in this phase the beginning of some sort of a move on the upside in Polygon. And that, in my books, is definitely an optimistic sign. Now, if this is truly a triangle followed by a 5 wave down, then okay, I'm gonna say you can at least expect a decent move on the upside in order to, for the first target, take this high right in here. But I think we can go a bit higher than that. And for example, a better target can be around this important, now let's say, resistance area between 22.5 to about 20.9 cents. So for now, let's expect a move up to about here, and then we will make new updates and see where are we going to go from there. And let's be objective and talk about at the same time a bearish possibility as well, because if you want to be in the short term a bit pessimistic in Polygon, there is kind of an argument to be made for having an ABC running flat, or maybe an expanded flat, which looks like this. This is our natural move up into a correction for wave B, which in it we are going to take this low, and then another move up into wave C. And in this phase, if we are not going to take the height of our A leg, this pattern is called an ABC running flat. If we are going to do it, okay, this is called an expanded flat. Nonetheless, the sub waves are pretty much the same. ABC up into A from this high, and ABC, or maybe even a WXY from my point of view doesn't really matter, into wave B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up into wave C. Now let's go on the live chart and see what is happening. So according to our bearish count, sure, this is an ABC on the upside. Now it's not going to be into an A leg of this whole triangular structure. No, in this case, we are going to say, you know what, this is from this point, 5 wave down into A, correction structure up to about here, maybe, yes, a triangular structure into wave B, and another 5 wave down into our C leg. And we said that earlier, this can be also a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave. And well, on a higher degree, you may have the recipe for a beautiful ABC in form of a flat, and whether that is going to be a running flat or maybe an expanded flat, okay, that can be up for debate. The points that I'm trying to make is this: at any given moment, any analyst should be able to come up with a bullish and also a bearish count at the same time, and then based on the signs that they see, they need to say which scenario is going to be their primary one. So what is my primary case? You see, I'm gonna wait a little bit more, and then I'm going to tell you which possibility is happening. Why is that? Okay, even if we are having a 5 wave up, and this is the beginning of a huge move on the upside, and let's be like very optimistic and say even the final low in Matic is already in. Okay, question: what happens after a 5 wave up? You know the answer. even according to the most optimistic scenario, we are going to have a move down, but, and this is a big but, this move has to be in form of a correction, a slow and choppy move. And right in here, if we see all the right subwaves, I'm going to tell you, look, in Polygon, this is 5 up, this is correction down, and what's next? We are probably going to see some decent moves on the upside, and that ABC flat is not going to be played. On the other hand, if in the next move down, we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave, a relatively strong move without a lot of overlapping of the wave, okay, that can be a bit of a different story. At that point, you are going to see me being a bit bearish in Polygon and calling for a pullback followed by a continuation of the move down. So for now, here is what I have to say. One way or the other in the short term, we're going to get a move down, but the move itself shouldn't really be that important for you. What really matters is the shape of the move, because that is going to tell a very, very important story. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Polygon. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Goodbye.